Those are goofballs. Mr. Google Smalls. On camera.
Want some wine?
I love it. Watch out, watch out.
Hey guys.
What's going on? More customers?
Yes, we're going to open our lead-in bonus wine.
Beautiful. What's up, family? Hey, good night,
Okay,
girls.
so we're at home tonight. We're also going to sleep. We're going to have a big star test tomorrow.
Hey guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so excited to see everybody today. We're gonna kick this. If you guys want to, why don't we start off with throw a little Grenache. If you get a chance, throw some Grenache in your glass, and we'll start sipping on that.
We're tasting through wines that you received in your April release package, starting with the Grenache. Well, you can start with the Grenache, but we're starting with the bonus wine, one that we just recently purchased.
You can start with whatever wine you want, by the way, because we're going to be drinking lots of different stuff. But we thought it would be fun to start with a dear friend of ours. This is Evan McKibben. He is not only an amazing friend of Catherine and I's and a great family friend, but he used to be the vineyard manager at William Chris. He's now the vineyard manager at Perdinal Cellars. He's such a great dude, and this guy's making his own brand, and we really want to support him.
Yummy.
You can I don't know if they have a website yet, but you can
They
definitely
do have a website.
so you can check out Broken Grape. Evan's also doing wine tastings. You can taste his wine at the Den if you haven't. The Den at Wine Cub.
It's in Stonewall. So
Yeah,
it's not
which
too
is
far
really
from
cool.
us.
So it's a really cool tasting room over off of Miracle Mile, right on the other side of Stonewall, which is really cool. So check out the Den by Wine Cub, which is pretty cool. Who are joining, by the way?
Well, before we call out everyone who's joining us, thank you guys so much. Leah asked why June was wearing a Tech t-shirt, and that's a very valid question because we're Aggies, as I know you are, Leah. She did a really cool 2 or 3 night overnight camp with her 5th grade class. It's like the last year in elementary school, so it's a special camp every year the 5th grade class goes, and it's a Texas Tech camp in Junction. So that's her camp shirt. What is Biggie doing?
He's something in his bed. Real bad. Hold on. Oh my God.
This is what Biggie does every night after dinner.
Biggie.
Oh my God.
Not in front of the
This is
virtual tasting.
He's going outside.
Oh my God, this little puppy is being alive.
This is what happens when you have a virtual tasting at home.
Well, that was real. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So Biggie, our little wire-haired tuckle, yeah, he likes to every night at dinner he gets his bed out.
Have some fun.
Yeah,
Okay,
loves on his bed.
Did you brush your teeth? You want to say goodbye?
Okay, so who do we have on here? Miss Bojack, great to see you. Lynette, good to see you.
Jill, John. Oh, John, you just had the artist blend with dinner.
Heck
We
yeah.
are tasting that. That's the last of our tasting, but one that we are so excited about.
Francisco, happy birthday, by the way, buddy. I know it's just your birthday. Very cool.
Tara, Anthony, Blaine, thank y'all for joining us. So excited.
Awesome. Well, let's get rolling here, guys. What did everybody do for their Mother's Day? We haven't seen you guys in a while. I think right before our last virtual tasting was right.
We were out of town. We were in a hotel room for that.
That's right. I think everybody saw our April Fool's email. We are not really selling the winery and moving to California.
Hopefully you kept reading.
Yeah. Hey, Caitlin, good to see you. Dora, so good to see you. Rochelle, what's up? Diane, good to see you.
Happy Mother's Day to
Crockett,
everybody
Texas.
out there who's a mother. Chris started talking about that in the switch, but
Sorry.
we had a great Mother's Day.
Yes,
Chris and I are always extremely busy, We had no plans. I didn't leave the house. I stayed in my jammies till like 2. It was awesome.
We made tacos. We made
Yes, we did not. He made them all
Neil Guy
himself for
tacos,
us.
which were delicious, and I reseeded the lawn. It's lots of fun.
Which is much needed.
Put some pavers out in our front. So anyway, yeah, it was a great little Sunday.
Great day.
Yeah, great day.
It was most people probably normal Sunday, but very abnormal for us, which was great.
Yeah, it had nothing to do, which was incredible.
Yes.
We slept in. It was awesome. So happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there. I hope you guys had an amazing day.
We slept in primarily because we had been keeping my 8-month-old nephew. So happy Mother's Day to my little sister.
Yeah, for sure.
She had him back on Mother's Day, but I got to sleep in because I had forgotten babies. They're a lot of work. Your time is not your own.
This is very true.
This is very true.
Yeah, I was every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'd be like, "What is that sound?" It's driving me crazy.
He only got up one of the mornings though, which was very nice.
Do you want to start off with the Grenache?
Yes.
Yeah?
I'm sorry. I was so enjoying the broken grape, but yes, moving to the Grenache.
This is a no dump Thursday.
Today's Tuesday.
Well, it might as well be Thursday because tomorrow's Friday. No, tomorrow's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Sunday. Wow, we haven't even been drinking, by the way.
Confused.
So we're going to start off. This is just released in our to our wine club members. This is the Friesen Grenache. Benny Friesen grows this in Seminole, right in Gaines County. And Benny's been a grower for us off and on. It's a really unique place. This Grenache vine does absolutely incredible in Gaines County. These are probably 12, 13-year-old vines. We've made wine off his vineyard several times. Most of it gets blended, but this is a really cool little gem, and we didn't make very much of it. I think let me check here. I've got my notes.
Yeah, how much did we make?
That is a good question. I don't know. I think it was only...
Not too much.
Yeah, 385 cases, so really small amount. It's almost all sold out already.
Yeah, if it went to wine club, it's almost gone.
Yeah, so all of our wine club members get that first. That's one of the cool things about being a high society member. All these little single vineyard gems, go to you guys first. So again, 100% Grenache. Grenache is like the fruit bomb component. There's not a lot of tannin in this wine. We got it really ripe. You can see the alcohol in this is 12.8, which isn't incredibly high, but the fruit component is really special. And
speaking of mothers, happy Mother's Day belated to my mom. She just said they are in Chicago right now. They flew there today.
Hi, Janie.
Watching with some deep dish pizza. Sounds delicious.
Whose recommendation was it to call Jane on Mother's Day?
It was yours.
That's right. Don't you forget it, Jane. Don't you forget it.
She didn't even know. Now she knows.
Yeah.
Where can they can find our wine in Chicago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there? Y'all,
there's a
should
bunch.
have told you.
I think a bunch of different restaurants. There's probably 10 or less. Yeah. So, hey Robert, good to see you. By the way,
Lynette's bringing some friends from Virginia to see us soon. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Sharing a piece of our world.
Awesome. Well, this wine, by the way, is delicious. I think this wine is incredibly ageable too. Is it a 10-year wine? Probably not. This is 4 to 6 years. No problem. Especially the lower alcohol, I think, is really lends itself to a little bit of ageability. So again, this wine is delicious now. If you guys have one in your pack, drink it. Snag some more if you like it. But this also goes really well. You could chill it down just a little bit. I wouldn't put it in the fridge, but you could throw it in your Yeti cooler or whatever for 10 minutes and take it and drink it out. It's hot outside if anybody hasn't noticed.
A little bit.
So if you are enjoying this, Catherine and I will tend. We go to the river a lot, and so we'll throw this wine down in the ice chest for a little bit and then pull it out and then not put it back in the ice chest and then enjoy the wine heating up.
Depending on how hot it is outside.
That's very true.
We had all our wines tonight in our wine fridge. I pulled them out, 45 minutes ago. So this still has a little bit, it's not a chill.
Yeah, but it's 60 degrees, 58 degrees.
Pretty perfect.
And I think, I'll talk about it in the next wine. And if are you ready to move on? I would want to sit and drink this wine all day.
I don't know. I feel like we're going fast, but maybe we should move on.
Okay.
This one's so good.
Yeah,
And I didn't get a dump bucket because it's always a no dump, whatever day it is.
Yeah, and you didn't get a dump bucket. Because,
and I still have a tiny bit of broken grape.
I've got a plan here, babe. I've got a plan, if you know what I mean.
They don't want to know your plan. My mom's watching.
Yeah. Sorry, JD. All right, so next up, this is a brand new vineyard for William Chris. I say that we've been making this wine
What is next up, babe?
Let's do some Syrah from Frio Canyon. If you guys haven't enjoyed this, by the way, I hope
are you loving our new labels? Is that what you were about to talk about?
Yeah. It's okay. Go ahead.
We're just great minds think alike. Go ahead, talk about them.
So this is new labels. It's really everybody knows that we or if you don't know, now you know about our labeling law change. So basically, we wanted to highlight the vineyard name and promote all of our growers just a little bit more, and then also promote our vineyards as well. And then right below it, right here, it says Texas Hill Country. So we wanted to be able to highlight the AVA. We're also working right now on releasing some new sub AVAs, or I say applying for new sub AVAs. You have to petition the government.
It's a big process. You have to prepare a ton of paperwork.
It is.
It's a huge undertaking, very scientific.
And then you get people that haven't been part of the process, and we're doing all this homework and all this work on trying to develop the geological terms or the outer edges of these geological areas, and then try to name it something that resembles those geological areas.
Well, that's one of the rules, right? You have to name it something that helps identify.
Yeah, it can't just be like Chris's AVA, which I wish it could be. It'd be really cool. But no, so we've been we haven't hit snags. It's just maybe some speed bumps because there's some growers that are frustrated that they want to have different inputs on it too, which is great. And so we're figuring that piece out. But I think we're going to go ahead and submit the Llano Uplift, which is really cool, which is a geological formation north of Fredericksburg, and then the Pedernales River Basin, which is right there in the Pedernales River Valley, which is cool. Okay. Neither of which this wine came from. This wine is on the very edge of the hill country. This is in Frio, Real County.
Have you smelled it? It smells so good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like bacon fat and jam. Oh my gosh. It's like one of my favorite things ever is when my dad used to make this sausage, and he would give you a piece of toast with a lot of blueberry or strawberry jelly and a piece of bacon on it. And that is like the best thing ever on the planet.
I actually kind of smell you can kind of smell that.
Mm-hmm.
That's so weird.
It brought me right back.
What are you guys smelling? If you're drinking the Syrah with us, if you're able to, love to know.
Yeah, for sure.
Or if you remember when you drank it when it first came in the mail or when you first picked it up.
So this Frio Canyon is a really cool space. We actually got hired to be the winemaking team for these guys. Tim and Amy Leach have been not only very good folks for the wine industry, they've been very good friends. They are really incredible folks. They started a company called Concho Resources. They recently sold it to ConocoPhillips, but they're out of Midland, but then have a beautiful ranch and a cave. And I know they're planning on opening a winery here soon. They've got a different winemaking team now that's making wine, I think soon to be on site. So they have a beautiful cave, and I don't know when they're going to be open, but some really cool folks. And so we were able to snag some fruit off of that vineyard. They have a really great vineyard management team, and it's in one of the most incredible vineyard sites too, which we helped them with the vineyard. I actually made Syrah off their vineyard, in 2010 maybe, for a different.
We didn't put.
It wasn't for William Chris.
It
was another winery I was working for.
Okay.
So yes, I do get around. No, Frio Canyon, though, really good folks. And we are going to be buying some Merlot from them and maybe trying to talk them out of some more Syrah because this is really good, but I don't think they're going to let it loose.
They want it for themselves?
Yes, yeah.
No blame them. Anne smells leather. I can get that also.
What's up, Colin? Good to see you.
Colin just says he's finally a member and he just got his wine. So
You better be,
Colin, I
bro.
hope you're enjoying these wines with us, at least one or two. Crack them open. It's Tuesday.
Colin, by the way, just had a baby. We sent him a little pack.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Oh my gosh. So what I was talking about earlier with the early mornings and late nights, you're in the thick of things.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so sweet. I miss Noah. We had him for 3 nights. I already miss having him with us.
Yeah.
But
I miss him too.
it's the beauty of being an aunt and uncle.
Also really love my sleep. So feel like we checked that box, we got it done. But no, it was great having our little nephew.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this wine is so delicious.
Okay, what would we eat with this if we hadn't already eaten dinner?
That is a great question. So Syrah for me, black pepper pasta for sure is something that.
What is that called? What is that black pepper pasta that's so simple and so delicious called?
Cacio e pepe?
Yeah.
Cacio e pepe?
Yeah.
That's
what I'm talking about.
Super tasty.
That sounds so good.
Also, all this was fermented in a large oak fermenter as well. So that mid palate, that fattiness, that texture that you're getting from the oak fermenters is really evident in this. So I think I think you'll see there's quite a bit of texture in our wines. And when Tony and I, or in Claire and our whole winemaking team is working through these wines, we think so much of texture. And we're actually putting together we're designing a brand new barrel. Tony and I were asked by a cooperage in France to help design a Texas barrel, and they were asking us about aromatics, and it's very much our winemaking philosophy that when we're building wines, we're not even concerned in red wines about aromatics. We're all about texture, and we feel like the aromatics will come.
When you say they want you to design a Texas wine barrel, you mean a wine barrel that is best suited for Texas wines? Or
Yeah. And so
it's not going to be Texas wood. It's not going to be made in Texas. No. It's just best suited for Texas.
Yeah,
grapes.
Absolutely. And we're trialing with Cabernet and Mourvèdre, which I'm pretty excited about. So and maybe as soon as we do the research. No, we just designed it the other day, via Skype with or Zoom with the Frenchies.
So how do you? I want to know more about the process. How do you?
So we talked about wanting more freshness and more density in the mid palate and more elongation of structure. Okay. And so we basically started looking at all the measurement of tannin in each individual stave, because you can pick whichever forest. Actually, this company scans every single stave, and they can tell you the level of tannin. And so we can build a barrel with somewhat different levels of tannin that averages they call it like a A40. And then we can design the heads differently. So we're picking some lower tannin forests with only a very, very light toast.
For just the heads or for all the staves?
For the heads.
Okay.
So that are different.
Because there's a lot of surface area on the head.
Well, it's a quarter of the barrel is on the heads. So quite a bit. Or maybe it's 30%, I think, is on.
With the two heads combined, that's it.
Yeah, 30%. So it's quite a bit.
There's a lot of science in these barrels.
Yeah, but I'm excited. We're only this is the first year we're going to try them. So we'll really get to taste everything 18 months from now, which is kind of crazy. So anyways, sorry, I could go on about barrels all day.
That was my fault. I didn't know you were doing this.
Francisco country style ribs with this Syrah. Absolutely. This is another low production wine too, 650 cases, just a very short run. I wish we could have made, it's one of those that I wish we could have made 1,800 cases and been able to taste this wine for the next 10 years. I think these are 14-year-old wines, by the way. I do wish that this wine we could see it age, because I think this is an 8-year or 10-year wine, no problem.
So question, we also, because we got these grapes from them and they make their own wine. Did they also make a Syrah in 19?
I think we bought most of the Syrah, but we did a blend from them that they put together. Actually, no, we did bottle some Syrah for them.
Under their label.
Yes.
But
we were their winemaking team. Yes, it's different than this.
We had cool side by side.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Just curious.
Shall we proceed? What other wine do we have, my love?
Next up, my favorite grape.
A little Mourvèdre from Moonlight.
We'll see if it's Mourvèdre is typically my favorite grape, but I don't know if it can beat this Grenache or the Syrah.
Hey, before we go there, I did want to talk about, we've had some, where the vines are at today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had a really
We had
crazy
an event.
hailstorm last week, which was super crazy. We all escaped very
What day was
narrowly.
that? Thursday night.
Yeah, we were at a confirmation for,
No, first communion.
yeah, that's what I meant.
They're different.
Sure.
Yeah,
So-
I had my goddaughter's first communion
Yeah, whatever.
service. First communion, I don't know what you call it.
And
First
anyways,
communion
and
mass.
like my phone was blowing up, and Kelsey, I don't know if you have Kelsey's our Vanna White tonight. I don't know if you can show. These are the hailstones that were coming down all over high and farther east towards
Was
Johnson
that
City.
one at
I think
William
that was
Chris? Because that looks like our wall.
no. I think that was at either Siboney or JC.
Oh,
I
you
think it
can
was
see
at,
it on Instagram. Sorry, Instagram. But
Yeah.
yeah, Instagram. The hail was palm sized.
Mhm.
So we were just looking at. You can
So-
go on YouTube or Facebook later and see it. But
Here's a fun little hail fact. It seems really terrible to have these, baseball size hail streaks or pieces of hail, but really the small pieces of hail are the worst. Those little pea size. I think that was from Ron Yates. But thankfully, they had all their hail netting up. We had all our hail netting up, which was great.
so when you
But-
have hail netting up, you want big hail because it can't get through the hail netting.
Well, the hail netting will any way you have it, you'd rather have big hail for vines because
Okay.
if you'd rather have one big baseball than 30 or 40 little dimes
30
that are like
30
bullets
pieces of
shredding the
Sonic
leaves.
ice.
Yeah. So I mean they both suck, right? You don't want any of it. But if you had to choose, I think you'd want a little bit of bigger hail. And we really scathed or came out of it unscathed, which we're really grateful for. I think it was awesome that we had hail netting up. And I don't think anybody got hurt too bad. Some of the young vines at Siboney that we farmed for them, they came out. I cannot believe. I went out and looked and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe these vines are this healthy after this. So
It's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, as soon as the service was over, Chris hightailed it out of Fredericksburg back out this way
Yeah, to go look at
to
everything.
look at it. And when he got home, I was just bracing myself for the worst, but it was way better than expected.
Yeah. And also silver lining, we got to trap some armadillos out there too. So and eradicate them. So oh man. So Moonlight
Okay, this one
Vineyards
has
is
Good taste.
yeah, this one's killer. This is a vineyard owned by George and Peggy. Miss Peggy is Andy Timmons' secretary. So she's been working with him, I think, for 15 plus years. She is amazing. She is a wild and crazy lady. And
She's
about
awesome.
6 years ago, she said, Chris, we're going to plant some grapes in our backyard. And I was like, oh, cool. And she's like,
Have fun with that.
yeah. She's like, hey, well, I will love for William Chris to buy them. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, it's only a little bit. Yeah, sure. And then 3 years later, and we had gone over there a little bit. She's like, hey, we're going to have a crop this year. And I was like, wait, how many acres was that again? Whoa, I know it was Mourvèdre. And we went over and looked at it again. And I was like, oh, we got a really good crop. And we started producing Moonlight Mourvèdre, I think, about 3 vintages ago. And it's really, they are, and honestly, and I hope she's watching, but when she first said, hey, I want you to buy my fruit, I was like, man, we gotta keep the bookkeeper happy, the secretary, she does all the books. We got to make sure that she's taken care of. And it ended up to be a really cool place. It's actually right on the north side of town in Brownfield, and it's right next to Cub Stadium. So Andrew Sides, my partner and one of the winemakers at Lastra, we always make fun of him whenever we drive by Cub Stadium because he was the star quarterback there for a couple of years, and we're always like, Drew, can you hear that? Drew, can you hear that? They're calling you. They're calling you. They used to call him Drew Baby too. So if you see Andrew, call him Drew Baby, and he'll look up. So, and I'll let I don't want to tell you what my nickname was in high school, so
y'all.
I'll leave that for another time.
Anytime you see us in person, I'll be happy to tell you. It's such a good story. It's a great story.
It's a bad story.
Such a fun
It's actually
one.
not that bad.
And it's one of those nicknames that it was just like, that's what everyone called him in high school.
Yeah.
And I remember when we started dating in high school, I told myself, okay, I can't call him that anymore. I've got to learn to call him Chris because I can't be dating blank.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Leave him hanging.
I was never. Yeah, well, only time will tell if you get to know my nickname, and
Maybe
if you go to San
maybe
Angelo.
an old friend is watching out in the comments.
Yeah, probably that will. Oh, you just dared somebody. I'm sure it will happen. And, so anyway, Moonlight, and if you look on our Instagram post, I think I put it up either on mine or on William Chris. By the way, you can always follow Katharine at Wine Grower's Wife. And you can always follow me at IGHYETX.
That wasn't his nickname, by the way.
Yeah, no. But I think we put something up the other day. There's a bunch of Chevy pickups, like 58s and 59s, I think is what it is. It has the curved window in the back. But there's a whole huge.
You put that on your Instagram?
Yeah, I was just in there. I was in the vineyard, and I've talked about it before, and so I put it on Instagram.
I missed it. Was it in your stories?
I don't know. I don't know how to work Instagram that good.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah.
Are you sure you posted it?
Not really now. Now you're making me worry.
I'll go back and look.
So Moonlight Mourvèdre, really cool place, very rich soil, very red soil. And again, it's right inside North Brownfield, which it does benefit. It's always a couple degrees warmer because it's so close to town, which is really, really cool. But oh man, I love this wine. I can't it's one of those lots that the whole winemaking team really looks forward to getting in, and everybody's always asking about it. And I think one of the first vintages was one of the best, and I think this is right up there with it.
What else do they grow? Because they have other grapes too.
There's a little Cinsault and Roussanne.
You can blend with their wine.
The Cinsault is delicious as well, and then there's a little Roussanne, but the Hilmy. I think the boys at Hilmy's buy all the Roussanne.
Well, we did have a Moonlight blend, didn't we?
Yeah, but it's Cinsault and Mourvèdre.
Cinsault and Mourvèdre.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to drink. I hope you guys are getting to taste some of these wines at home. If not, I hope you're digging deep in your cellar and finding cool stuff, guys. And there's nothing that makes me more sad of pulling over. I don't care if it's our wine or somebody else's. When you pull out an 8 or a 10-year-old wine, and it's over the hill. It's a super bummer. So I'd encourage you guys to make sure you're tasting your wines. Wines are meant to be enjoyed. They're baseball cards for adults that you can drink. I used to love baseball cards when I was a kid, but still love baseball cards.
You still have that binder somewhere?
I saw it the other day. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing.
No, it's not. I'm sure maybe they're worth some money.
I would trade them for wine right now. If anybody likes baseball cards, yeah, I'll trade you for some cool wine. But no, wine is baseball cards for adults. And you can think about all the different areas where this wine is grown, which I think is pretty exciting. And you can think about the vintage, this Mourvèdre from Moonlight is 2019. And, 2019 was an interesting vintage. We had some pretty crappy weather up front, and then, finished out pretty well. And
Hey, Anthony just said 2020 Grenache was that Moonlight? Or why did he text?
He's telling me that to remind me about the 2020.
That's 21. We're supposed to talk about later.
Yeah, the 2021. I don't.
Anthony, decode your message for us.
Anthony being cryptic? What?
No.
He's had some wine tonight.
Oh, has he?
I have no. I don't know.
Francisco's drinking some 21 Mary Ruth, y'all. The 21
that's what I'm talking about.
So
yeah, let us know
good.
what you got in your glass. I think.
And if you have any questions for us too, let us know. We're here.
Oh, that's what he's drinking. 2020 Grenache. 10-4, buddy. We're the ones that have been drinking. Sorry.
How did we not? I was like.
So next up, if you didn't know about this, I feel for. Oh, hold on. There we go. Yeah, we'll get that. IG. Oh yeah.
Too.
Look at all those hearts on IG. I love it. I love it. So.
Oh, Leah's drinking Lost Straw GSM. Leah, that is my favorite Lost Straw wine. Every vintage, no matter what.
faux show.
That is my favorite.
So here's a little artist blend. This artist blend was designed. We planted this vineyard 6 years ago, something like that, right across the road, right across 290. This is Vintage Press Vineyard. Yeah, this is the Wilcox family. Super great folks. They came to us and we helped design the whole vineyard with one wine in mind. And sometimes we'll pull out a couple barrels of Tannat. Sometimes we're also making a Grenache rosé out of the 21 vintage, which is out of sight. It's an incredible wine that you'll be able to. I'll tell you a little bit about later. Just remind me. Okay. So this is Grenache, Syrah, Mourvèdre, and a little dash of Tannat, and this is all what the Pedernales River Basin tastes like. It's an incredible wine. I super love it. And I definitely, without hesitation, think that this is the best vintage we have ever made of artist blend.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, some steep competition there. So back to this. You can see our artwork here. I love this because it's so William Chris. The butterfly, the monarch, it looks like the grape plant itself. That was I poorly phrased that, but Chris doesn't like that because he was an entomology major and he says the wings are wrong. What did you say?
They don't have the right amount of lobes.
The lobes.
Yeah, that's okay. But the butterfly came out to be absolutely fantastic. Awesome. And hey, you know what? It won fair and square. So
for sure.
And it was done by the artist that ended up to be, she's 18. Bella Zaleski. Really cool wine. But what I want to talk about with this wine is reductive strength. So we opened this wine 30 minutes ago, and it has gone from like a soft voice aromatically to this really kind of like reverberating. If anybody has ever been gonged before, that might be a weird analogy, but
if they haven't been,
you've never been gonged before.
Confused.
You should definitely, if you haven't been gonged, you should totally get gonged because it's amazing. But I feel like
what does that mean to get gonged for those people who don't know?
Well, when you sit in a circle and you have
it's meditating, it's like sound waves.
Yeah, but I think that's what's happening in here is like this the vibrations or the reductive strength, basically the powerfulness of the wine, the soulfulness of the wine is actually allowed to come out, and there's a sign. Gong, you can take it for what it is, but reductive strength is a real thing. It's very measurable, and we make this by doing a lot of lees contact and not racking some of the barrels. It's only about a third of the barrels here that aren't racked. We do a lot of extended maceration, which is pretty cool, but that's what creates these layers and layers and layers, and keeps this wine is like watching a movie, right? I mean, you get to enjoy it from beginning to end. It's not the same.
It is very different than when we opened it an hour ago. Which
I think is one of the real strengths of our wine, and that's stylistically very much Tony's and Anai's intention and Claire's intention. Stylistically, I think this is so on point and so about what we focus on and how we make wine. And I got to tell you guys, I just think where we're at stylistically and like knowledge of production and knowledge of vineyards, like the sky is the freaking limit. Like what we're talking about now is in the winery and even in the vineyard. I'm so proud of Tate this morning. One of our vineyard managers, like he actually had to like stand up to some of the OGs in our team and say, hey, I think the numbers are if you look at the numbers, I think like our crop load needs to be like this. And, we're taking analytics and like to see our team rising up in so many different areas and starting to understand viticulture and enology and also hospitality. Like we're seeing that across our company right now, which I think is really, really incredible. And we're seeing so many young folks like starting to really settle in on their own. And I think what's happening with that is really special. But this wine is a great example of that. Tony totally got his feet underneath him, and Claire the same thing. And these wines are really starting to develop, which I'm pretty excited about. And I think we're taking them to new heights, which is pretty incredible.
Jennifer on Instagram said that wine and butterflies both go through metamorphosis.
Ooh, I like what you did there,
You did a
Jennifer.
good thing.
That's awesome. That's very
I like
cool.
it. That was so back to the butterfly. Y'all, monarchs will be coming through high anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime. Carol and Diane have
Come see our butterfly garden.
Yeah, planted our garden to attract monarchs.
Yeah.
And for them to build their cocoons or whatever.
Yeah. So there's about a 3-week period when you almost like are not looking forward to walking past the garden because you just get mauled by 8,000 butterflies, which is pretty cool.
It's really cool. The little girls love it, especially.
Man, I love this wine so much. Some things to remember. First of all,
I was going to remind you.
we do have a pack available, guys. We're going to do Andrew and I are going to do a June 25th.
No, May 25th.
Or May 25th.
It's not that far away.
Yeah.
2 weeks away.
So you guys can snag a pack.
They're doing a virtual tasting. He didn't complete this. He's doing a virtual tasting with Andrew, and it's going to be a mixed pack of William, Chris, and then Lost Straw wines together. And go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, no, now you're going to pick up on what you were going to say earlier, right?
So the pack is pretty cool. One of the wines in there you can only get if you're a Case Club member. The Grenache Rosé from Uplift or from Vintage Press, the same vineyard that is the artist blend. So there's very few of those bottles. So you can't buy just a single bottle. So if you want to snag the pack, you can join us for the next first world tasting, which is pretty cool. Also, guys, we're going to be doing the virtual tasting May 25th with Andrew and I. I don't know what location we're going to be at for that. Do you?
I don't know either, but I know what you're going to be talking about and focusing on. Obviously, they'll talk about the 4 wines in the pack that is available now, but you're going to be focusing on wine styles and how winemakers can influence that, white versus rosé versus red, and the winemaker influence on what they make.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of winemaker influence too, I want to give a shout out to our old assistant winemaker, Claire Richardson. She's actually moved up to a winemaker and she's taking over a little bit of news here. We're starting a new brand at Uplift Vineyards. It's probably at least a year from rolling out, but all you guys watching this, you get a little teaser there that there'll soon be an experience out at Uplift that's a whole different brand. So look for that coming out summerish 2023, something like that.
It's really exciting.
Hey, and something else I wanted to mention with all these wines that you tasted tonight, what do you not taste a lot of? And for me, that's oak. There's definitely the soft presence of oak, but I think that what separates our brand, especially in Texas, is we're not keeping these wines in barrel for 2 years or 36 months. In my opinion, the freshness and the mid palate is so beautiful in all these wines, and I think that sometimes I taste a lot, Texas wine, and I go, man, I wish you guys wouldn't be oaking these wines or leaving them in barrel for so long, because the wines are kind of getting softened, and I think that all these are so fresh, so aromatic, so tasty, and that's really due to the perfection in the aging. Which I think really sets us apart in a lot of aspects. So, guys, it's also National Wine Day virtual tasting. Oh, that's May 25th.
When they do their.
I should have done my homework on that. I totally missed that one.
Also, I won't be there with them, but I sure will be tasting along. And if you want to taste along, I hope you will. The pack is in the comments right now. If you add any 2 bottles to the order, it ships on us. Yeah,
we will give you gratis. We will include the shipping. We're not allowed to give away free shipping, but we're able to include shipping with the
included in the price.
Yes, exactly. So, guys, it's been so much fun. I sure do appreciate it. Definitely another quick shout out to
Tony loves your hat.
Oh, where am I with
and Joe says he's here. Hi, Joe.
Hey, Joe Farley. Good to see you. I know you're sipping a vodka down right now. Love you, buddy. Go see our buddy, Evan McKibben. Check out The Den at Wine Cub. They're only like 5 minutes away from William Chris across the Pedernales River. It's a pretty cool drive. But check out Broken Grape. Evan McKibben, badass dude, love him to death. If you're watching, Evan, cheers, brother. All right, guys, love you. Thank you. Wouldn't be an old virtual tasting with a little squeeze from my.
We're alone, and I'm just like, how do
That
I
was for
shut
you, Papa
everything
Joe.
down? I got distracted.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for jumping on today, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Cheers.
Cheers.